perceive it as evil, but that something just wasn't right. The way the society is run, money running everything, running the show, and I knew there was a better way, even as a kid, but I couldn't. There was no information there. There was nothing to say, well, it needs to be this way instead. And now we're in a time when enough people, like in the Disclosure Project, we have over 500 ex-government witnesses that have actually worked on these technologies coming forward. And now people like myself can say, we don't need money. If zero-point energy is real, if anti-gravity is real, which I believe both of those things are, we don't need money. We don't need a society based on cash. We don't need to be wage slaves. Mm-hmm. And all of this has been put upon us, and now that we know this technology is here and that somebody or some force or group is definitely suppressing this technology from us, which I would call definitely an act of evil to keep us stuck in the way we're living now, it just makes me, it just validates that theory for me. Mm-hmm. That's happening. Mm-hmm. So I believe in this transition that's the way life will be. Mm-hmm. No money, cashless, and just true freedom for human beings. And,
okay.
The thing of it is, what makes me feel like it might be a little different from the average person is just the fact that what I'm going through and what I've been through is so highly stressful. My opinion is that if an average human being were to go through this, they'd probably be in an insane asylum by now or dead, mm-hmm. because it's such high stress.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think that I've been prepared my entire life here in this reality mm-hmm. for this to happen.
So you're in the world, but you're not of the world.
Something to that effect, yeah. I've always considered myself more of an observer than
mm-hmm.
a participant.
Well, I haven't been abducted, nor do I feel I have implants, but I do get that feeling sometimes that, and I'm sure a lot of the Edge listeners have that feeling that there is some sort of mass manipulation going on, that we're being tricked, and that who knows what our real purpose is here now. Of course, one of them is to work our way back to the truth, or as I like to say, get out of the matrix vat of goo and get into the real life, get out of the life that's been programmed to us. The Britney Spears type of life that we've been shoveling to us, and
absolutely.
So I agree with you.
It's a big lie, really, mm-hmm. that's been perpetrated on people, mm-hmm. and up to a point, the lie worked real well. Now we're at a point where people aren't gullible anymore. They're not buying it, and they're not believing the source, which is usually the government. They're just done. They're done believing these people, and about time. That's mm-hmm. what I say. It's about time to start thinking for yourself, use your heart to realize what the truth is, mm-hmm. and stop believing these people who time and time again do nothing but shove lies down your throat.
Mm-hmm. We have this question for you. In your videos, how large do you think the objects are? They say it's really hard to scale that.
Oh, I agree. Coyote Summit is north of Area 51, and this is a guess just using maps. I'd say it's about 25 miles away from the center, the actual base of Area 51. The majority of the Coyote Summit videos show where I zoom in on these things are mountain ranges that I would consider probably about 5 to 6 or 7 miles from where I was standing. And so if that helps you triangulate a size a little bit better, it would just be a guesstimate. But I'd say for something that far away to show up on video, that it'd have to be a fairly decent size, maybe at least 20 or 30 foot across, I would assume.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the lights over Phoenix? The estimated size of a craft over a mile long. Is that possible that such a size of a vehicle that size could even fly over the planet? I mean, what do you think that was?
I believe so, absolutely. Interestingly enough, when I decided to go to Area 51 back in February of 2006, I had told a couple of my friends, a couple of my shipmates, about it, and of course got what I deserved, laughed at, and a little bit of joking about it, and I really kind of I was right at the edge of deciding I'm not going to go. This is kind of ridiculous, and lo and behold, I discovered. Within just a couple of days of that, I have a subscription for Popular Science magazine, and in the February issue of Popular Science, on pages 12 and 13, there's a section there called Megapixels where they feature just different really cool-looking digital photos from month to month. And this particular one was a photo shot of the Earth from the Space Shuttle Discovery, I believe in 1986. And lo and behold, right in the middle, I believe it's on the 13th, on page 13, right in the center, and this is also on my website attached to the summary page, there is a UFO. And from the people I've talked to in MUFON, it was kind of, take a guesstimate on the size of it, we're thinking that this thing is a couple miles across.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay,
I have no...
Where would something that big come from?
Yeah, good question. Another planet? Who knows? I could speculate like everybody else, but the fact is that the truth has been hidden from me as much as everybody else, so it would just be speculation.
Mm-hmm. Have you received any messages other than intuition from these implants?
Yeah, specifically, I brushed on that before. One thing in particular I walked away with was that the information is that these people who are being abducted, who consider themselves contactees, will be the people to bring forward the majority of the new evidence that's coming out. So that's why I urge people who consider themselves to be contactees to go out there, and even if it's buying a $5 disposable camera, go out there and try to shoot some video. And that's one bit of it, yeah. And then we touched upon the information, concerning myself and my soul, and that what's happening to me. And outside of that, also the strangest thing I walked away with was, and this is, I have to say that all of this happened before I made my connection to Revelation with all of this stuff, with the number 7 and, my personal experience and how it ties into this. The information was that there are 4 enormous platform ships that are outside of the Earth's atmosphere at this point, and that 3 more will be here by 2012, and that's where these UFOs that the STS have been filming come from, and that these are the sons of light. And in the Bible, in Revelation, it speaks of he who rides the bright white horse coming, which is the Messiah, and his armies of those who ride the bright white horse. And I definitely keyed in on that and believe that those are the same thing.
What do you think about underwater UFOs? What's going on with that?
Well, I think the technology is there for sure. I don't think it would be a real big problem to have deep underwater bases, and certainly I've run across some information to that effect with the USOs, I guess they call them, when they're doing that. In Russia, if you look into the Russian UFO area with the Russian Navy, there's some interesting stories there as well with people's own stories who were in the Russian Navy who supposedly saw these ships entering and exiting the water. And one of them actually almost tipped the ship over, I take it, from the story there. Right?
With so much eyewitness accounts that you have of UFO activity, do you feel any way you might be sort of a pre-event prophet, should I say?
Yeah, prophet, that's a big word, and it seems like those are the shoes that I'm filling. Certainly when I got into all of this, and even now it's hard for me to call myself a prophet, yet at the same time this information I realize is just completely off the hook. The things that I'm going through and that I believe by the grace of God that I'm able to show people is about as paranormal as it's gotten so far on captured video or photo. So I think it's definitely a possibility that's the part that I play now. Yes.
Okay, John, on your website, and there are numerous videos. Can you give a synopsis of those videos? For instance, 2 UFOs doing this, a UFO doing that. Can you run down a quick little list there of what type of activity you've captured?
Sure, I can do that for you. If you go to the majority of the UFOs are on the summary page, and like I said, the ones that I filmed from Coyote Summit were just bang, 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 one after another, and I'm